Hey guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. Um, I want to talk about something today that's just kind of annoyed me a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of things on social media about the topic, and so it's about food stamps and the fact that the government may put a stop to people purchasing soda and candy with their food stamps. Um, I did a video a while back on something to the effect, don't tell me what to do with my child support. And this is something like that. It's like, I personally do not get food stamps, but if I needed the assistance, which is what it is meant for, there shouldn't be any shame in that. And I think that a lot of us, um, we want things both ways. Like, we don't want the government in our business on certain things, but some of us feel it's okay for the government to be in our business on other things. Like, if we buy candy or soda with our food stamps, some of you think it's okay for the government to dictate that. Um, so it just got me thinking. Um, Basically, what I want, the message I want you to take from this video is stop the judgment. People are so judgmental towards other people when you really have no idea or no clue what that person's story or situation is. Now, I've heard it all. Oh, she's in line buying crab legs, but she's wearing a Gucci purse. Her nails are perfect. She's driving a BMW, but she's using food stamps, or she pulls out the EBT card. Uh, what I want to say about that is, um, everybody, there will always be someone who bucks the system. It's been happening for thousands and thousands of years, and it's never going to stop. And it's not going to stop with food stamps, because there are always going to be dishonest people in the world. There's always going to be people who buck the system. So just get over it. And then I hear, well, it's my tax dollars. I get that too. But again, going back to, you don't really know people's stories or their situations. Now, maybe that woman going through the checkout line using her EBT card, maybe, her husband bought that Gucci purse for her 5 years ago or 4 years ago. Maybe she got her nails done with a gift certificate. Maybe the car she's driving was a gift from her parents. Or it's really used and she got a really good deal on Craigslist. Who knows? You don't know the situation. All you see is someone using food stamps, which, the judgment towards that or regarding that is pretty shameful, because truth of the matter is there are lots and lots of people, lots and lots of families who truly need that assistance, and critical, judgmental people who talk about it make those people feel like crap for needing the assistance. And that's just wrong. Everybody just needs to stop judging, because you don't know people's stories. You don't know their situations. And do you know that there are lots of two-parent homes, working class people who get food stamps because they're in a small bracket, small income bracket, and they need the assistance from the government, which, yes, that's what food stamps is supposed to be for, assistance. People say not living on it forever, but maybe some people need it for a really long time because they're not making enough. They need a supplement. They need assistance, and that's what it's for. And I don't think that people should be shamed for using food stamps, and I do not believe that people should be told what to purchase with their food stamps. I just think it's ridiculous, because you cannot dictate or mandate to a person what they can purchase. I hope that never ever happens. Also, there are a lot of our veterans, our military families who have to use food stamps, who need that assistance, even though they're part of the government, but, they need that assistance too. So, here's a thought. You have a military person, that has sacrificed so much for this country, maybe lost a limb or became disabled due to his service, and their family needs that assistance, and they receive food stamps from the government, from their government that they fought for this country that they fight for. And you mean to tell me that if this active or even non-active military person goes through the checkout line and wants to buy a freaking dozen of crabs and a bag of Skittles for his child, somebody's going to have a problem with that? That's what I'm saying. Or if the wife is the one who goes shopping. You mean to tell me that a veteran or our military, working class people, men and women, that if they want to go to the grocery store and use their food stamps to buy a bag of candy for their child or even themselves, and a bag of shrimp, that they shouldn't be allowed to do that, that the government should dictate to them that what they can buy, that you as society should dictate what they should buy, or judge them for what they should buy, or judge them for having the food stamps. I mean, that's just so ridiculous to me. People don't know people's stories and situations. So if we just all stop judging, we'd all be so much better off. And like I said, I know what a lot of people say, well, those are my tax dollars. My tax dollar that they're buying the crab legs with. My tax dollars that they're buying candy with. Here's a thought. A lot of people receive Medicaid. It's healthcare from the government. Lots of people who receive Medicaid also work. Lots of people who receive Medicaid are young and old. All different ages, all different health issues, all different reasons why they receive Medicaid from the government that your tax dollars pays for. So just hear me out. If a person receives Medicaid and those health benefits, medical benefits are being paid for by you with your tax dollars, at some point, are we going to start dictating to those people receiving Medicaid what they can do with their lives? Because if you really want to be technical, you could say, well, my tax dollars are paying for that person's Medicaid. Okay, well, maybe that person has a really, really, really bad diet and is extremely overweight because all he or she does is eat junk food and fatty foods and drink beers and buys and smokes cigarettes. And so they have all these health issues that your tax dollars are paying for that person to receive Medicaid. Now, at some point, are people going to say, we want to find out if that person smoking and exercising and drinking a healthy diet because, we shouldn't have to pay for that person's medical bills if they're not living a healthy diet. You see what I'm saying? It's dictatorship. It's just wrong. So stop the judgment, people. Mind your beeswax. Like I said, I get it. I get that there are a lot of people that take advantage of the system, of the government. But that's with everything in life. I mean, there's always going to be a way for someone to buck the system, a way for someone to be dishonest, paying your taxes. I don't know, maybe the lady at the checkout counter gives you an extra $1. Some people are going to give it back, and be honest, some people are not. That's just life. So I just want to urge you to be really, really careful if you are going to be an advocate for the government dictating to people what they can purchase with their food stamps, because if we start there, who knows where else that's going to go. I saw something on Facebook just yesterday where some of the schools are trying to mandate random drug testings. Of course, there are some parents who are all for it, and there are some parents who are not. They're calling it, constitutional right and all this other stuff. So we just, we have to be careful where we want our government to get involved and to dictate to us what we can and what we can't do. How much control we actually want the government to have over our lives. But this food stamp issues just got me like, oh my God. You know, you might say, well, those are my tax dollars and they're eating all or buying all this junk food and causing their own health problems. That just goes again back to everybody's going to do their own thing, but you don't really know everybody's story and everybody's situation. So just don't judge and be careful how much you want the government to be involved in your life. Because I promise you, there may be a day where you or your family might fall on hard times and you might need that assistance. You might need food stamps to feed your family. And you might feel differently about it if you are going through the checkout line and your daughter or son in the cart wants a bag of Skittles and you have to look at your child and say, no, I'm sorry, I can't buy Skittles with this. I mean, it's like some of you are saying if you have food stamps, I mean, what's going to happen next? Like if you are a recipient of food stamps, then your purchases or your grocery list should be limited to fruits, vegetables, hot dogs, and beans. I mean, what's next? You're going to, you don't want people buying seafood, sodas, and candy. Or is it next you're going to say they shouldn't be allowed to buy a steak? They shouldn't be allowed to enjoy a ribeye because they receive food stamps. So we're not going to let them buy steaks anymore. They can only buy hamburger. They can't, buy seafood, but they can buy a can of tuna. It's just ridiculous. So that's my thought on that. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Give me your views. Don't want it to be a huge debate. It's just my thoughts, my opinion, my vlog. But it is something that I'm just like, one of those things, it's like, come on, enough is enough. Stop the judgment, people. Stop the judgment. The world would be so much better off if everybody stopped judging other people. That's all for now. I'll see you later.